Hey everyone, it's Norm from Tested, and we are back at San Diego Comic-Cons, and I had to stop by the Sideshow booth. Of course, meeting up with Amy again. Amy?
Hey guys!
So good to see you.
I'm so glad to see you, and we are so glad to be back here in San Diego with all the fans. I mean, the energy is palpable. People are so excited, and we are so excited to have a bunch of pieces that haven't had their time on the show floor before.
Oh my gosh. I know you guys just ran Sideshow Con, which is your own in-house convention to kind of unveil some of this stuff, but for fans like me, going to Comic-Con, it's the only place where you get to see amazing prototypes and, I don't know, one-offs or whatever this is. It's the N1, but tell me about this piece. This is from Hot Toys, right?
Yes, so Hot Toys brought this incredible N-1 Starfighter. Now, for those of you watching at home, this is a 6th scale. So this is 1/6 of the size of an N-1 Starfighter, as you can see evidenced by the Mandalorian and Grogu. That is a set from the Book of Boba Fett, coming soon from Hot Toys as well, in scale with the starship.
When I look at something like this, obviously Hot Toys, they have incredible artists. They have an incredible process for the molding and the work. I look at it and I don't like, the team couldn't have possibly done the injection molds for this. Yeah, this feels like a handcrafted thing.
It is done so lovingly. As Sideshow always likes to say, everything that we do is for fans, by fans, and that is also evidenced by the love and craft that the artists at Hot Toys put into every single piece to take something so beautiful, to scale it down and maintain that structure, that beauty, and the recognizability that fans love.
Wow, and who knows if they'll ever make this into a real product, but
we can
it's
only
here.
hope.
And it arrived like just this week.
Yes, shipping from hyperspace directly here. Yeah, we were so excited to have this here from Hot Toys' own showcase, and now here at San Diego for the fans to see.
Wow, that is a logistical and Herculean effort to get this, like literally putting it together, piecing it out of the crate for display, all the internal lighting. Like this is their Mando that they'll be selling.
Yes. And their Grogu.
And Grogu inside in a perfectly rendered interior cockpit, and the engines as well. Wow.
Yes.
Your team also has amazing artists, in all, whether it's 6 scale, premium format, legendary scale. What are the things the team is really excited to show off this year?
I mean, we have stuff for every fandom. We've got video game pieces, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, every fandom you guys could think of is at this booth because we want to celebrate a little bit of everything that gets people excited. And Sideshow is so happy to be debuting 6 scale figures, premium formats, and other scale pieces that are just making their show debut. Fans will get their first chance to see them in person here.
My personal obsession is with 6 scale. Such a big fan of
plenty of 6 scale tailoring as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Would you mind if we stop by and checked out some things in the world of Star Wars, DC, and Marvel?
There is so much to show you. Let's just jump right in.
So Amy, we are between one of 3 podiums here full of Star Wars Hot Toys figures, and to the right of us, the Bad Batch.
Yes, this is an exciting premiere. This is the premiere of the entire group of Bad Batch characters all together, introducing the debut of the tech piece as well. Now, what is so unique about these is that Hot Toys has managed to capture the details of the animated style, but also giving fans an alternate portrait option for the characters based on the likeness of actor Temuera Morrison.
Yes.
So it has the realism blended with the cartoony style as well.
Yeah, I know collectors are such a big fan of like Rex and all the clone troopers because they have just the versatility of Temuera Morrison, and with whether he has hair, no hair, augments on him.
Yes.
Or in Boba Fett, as represented in the show.
Yes, and each of these characters is so full of personality, and their body types are, you see, we've got Wrecker here, who stands a little head and shoulders above the rest of his brothers, as well as all of them having their different specialties, and Crosshair's got his artillery. They've all got their unique weaponry and armor detailing. Yeah.
With all the new live action Disney Plus Star Wars shows coming out, it's like when every show comes out, when they wrap, fans just waiting on the forums, or when is Hot Toys going to announce the hero characters? And so at the show, I see Obi-Wan finally unveiled.
Yes, and so we are so excited to have the Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi with a really cool detailed environment base that has the rock lifting from the battle scene. Yes, and they've done an expert job meticulously tailoring his costume down. We've got the expert likeness of Ewan McGregor, and it'll give fans an opportunity to further their Obi-Wan Kenobi storytelling in their collection.
Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, also big in the Star Wars world. Anything new from those shows?
Yes, so for Book of Boba Fett, we're seeing, we've got the Cad Bane statue, or 6 scale figure, excuse me, with his Toto 360 droid as well. And just a lot of great personality going into all the bounty hunter armors and all of those different aspects of Star Wars universe collecting.
Cad Bane's interesting because that's a figure that you guys also have a version of as well, right?
So you know what the funny thing is? We have 3 different Cad Banes on display this weekend. So Cad Bane fans, like, this is your year. There's even an Iron Studio statue. But yes, Sideshow has done the Clone Wars animated style, very specifically stylized rendering. And then Hot Toys has done the Book of Boba Fett live action edition.
It's always fun when I get to see different artists' takes on it, different like, whether it's animated, live action, and the cut and sew and the sculpts are also beautiful.
Yes, and Hot Toys' Cad Bane has multiple face sculpts, so you can swap out the faceplate for different expressions.
Oh, awesome. All right, let's move on to DC.
All right.
Amy, you mentioned like display bases and really the Hot Toys going all out with ways to pose and display the figures, and that is really amazingly represented with the Batman figures here.
Yes, this whole Batman collection, so many different pieces. A lot of them sold separately, but all are used to enhance your storytelling in your collection. The display options that really immerse the figure and the collection in the environments from the films.
Oh, I see a reissue of Batman 1989, the DX09, I believe, but now a new gargoyle display.
Yes, and we've even got those, you know, the stone textures and the broken wood boards and beams. Just a great chance for collectors to really practice their posing and use the environment to inform the way that they want to display their characters.
I can't believe they're doing essentially the Bat computer as well.
Yes.
And on the 10-year anniversary of The Dark Knight Rises, you also have the clear armory that he uses in that film.
So fans will get to see the reissue of that armory packed to the gills with everything Batman needs to fight crime. And then, yes, we are seeing the Batcave computer here. Every screen packed with different details and just a really great environment piece for collectors.
Love that Joker. The Batman, the film that came out this year, also has its fair share of representation with the Robert Pattinson interpretation. I see the bike, the new bat signal, and of course his armor. Tell me about the representation of the Batman in all the different characters and figures this year.
Yes, so of course Hot Toys does such an amazing job capturing what is unique about each different Batman. And here with our latest version of the Batman, we've got the unique bat symbol on his chest, the heavily armored aspects of his costume, and again, the cut and sew elements of fabric undersuit, which allow for dexterity and posing, as well as that beautiful cape that has the kind of faux leather exterior and the softer lined interior. He includes different artillery as well, like a grappling gun, and then, as you mentioned, sold separately, we've got the Bat Cycle accessory and the Bat Signal to, again, just really create Gotham in your home.
I look at the 3 different interpretations of the Batman costume here, made in 3 different movie-making eras and costuming eras, from the foam latex, which you can tell represented really well in the sculpt here, to the more softer, like the Cadora-style material, and then, of course, the Chris Nolan armored Batman in quarter scale. So all different scales as well, right?
Yes, because fans are coming in at every era, every generation, and they find different things to love about these pieces. And Hot Toys doesn't want to just give the same Batman over and over. They want to take what is unique about each piece and recreate the details of like battle damage on the Robert Pattinson suit and all of the different facets that fans love, because those are details we don't often get to see in motion on screen, but they bring it to your collection and you can really pour over your favorites.
Absolutely, and really appreciate it from all different angles, plus the wired capes, so you can have them in very dynamic action poses.
Yes, all of those, just considering how the collector is going to want to display them and what you want to do, push the limits of your imagination with these articulated figures.
Yeah, and DC has done a great job of reimaginings and reinterpretations of their kind of iconic hero characters. A little different than Marvel, where it's all about cohesion and a big universe of characters. So let's check out some Marvel pieces.
And we're exploding into the multiverse over at our Marvel section, so let's go.
Amy, you mentioned a multiverse of characters. Well, for Loki, there are like 4 of them here, technically, right?
I know, and we don't have any Thors, so they're just running amok here. We've got classic Loki, President Loki, the Loki from Loki, and Sylvie as well. So we got a lot of variants going on here.
Oh, and this is so representative of, like we talked about earlier, the cut and sew, the different costuming.
Yes.
Even if it's just a suit, a tailored suit,
yes,
it fits so well.
And especially with President Loki, when Hot Toys does distress and battle damage on a suit that's maybe been chewed up by an alligator or what have you, they take into consideration that detailing as well. It's not just, let's tear the costume apart. It's very considered of, the detail we see on screen, as well as what's going to maintain the best look for the figure.
From the other TV shows, there was also Moon Knight and Hawkeye, and you have new figures from that as well?
Yes, we have that. We've got Moon Knight and his incredible billowing cape and that beautiful, that has a mixed media to the costume where his hood is sculpted to maintain that iconic shape of Mark Spector's portrait. But then there's the fabric elements as well with that billowing cape, so you can recreate some of those dynamic jumping poses. And then we've got the Hawkeyes as well. I know they went through a few drafts of what their costumes should be, but they settled on some really cool, iconic purple archer looks. Excuse me.
That's amazing. And then Spider-Man, No Way Home, that was a chance for past Spider-Man to be integrated into the MCU, and a kind of a chance for fans of those movies to get figures of those Spider-Man.
Yes, and so Hot Toys has released No Way Home versions of the Amazing Spider-Man and the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man alongside Tom Holland's MCU Spider-Man. So fans have a chance at that, as well as some environment display bases like the Lizard 6-scale diorama. That is it's not an articulated figure, but it is a display base, again, to enhance the battle in your collection.
And when those figures are released or go on sale, they have options for people to buy the deluxe version with a base or the standalone figure.
Yes, or the base by itself if they've already got a previous edition of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, or whichever Spider-Man you want to display with the Lizard. And it's really great, again, to see the evolution of those suits. You can see the raised webbing texture on the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and the larger eyes on the Amazing Spider-Man, and all the way that the design has changed and evolved over the eras.
Iron Man, also very popular. Those figures I know sell very well. I see some quarter scale versions of Iron Man. Can you talk about those? Yeah,
so there are some quarter scale versions of Tony Stark with the suit up gantry. We've also got the Mark II with the silver edition. He's got a very beautiful display base. Hot Toys always puts in amazing light up features on those as well, so you can display with the LED activated arc reactor, hand repulsors, and the mask eyes. Just a lot of exceptional detail. And we do have a 6-scale Iron Man that is a convention exclusive. That is a holographic variant of the Mark 85.
Ooh, okay. So it's that holo line is continuing.
Yes.
It's like a different paint job. It's got the neon look.
So this one, it's not the neon style, but it is kind of, they did a Mark IV holographic version as well.
Yes. This
one balances die-cast elements with the clear, hard blue that mimics the kind of HUD screen of the Jarvis or the kind of tech output that Tony Stark does. So fans can see that, and that is at side.show/exclusives if they want to pre-order that one for their collection.
Awesome. There's so much to see. Thank you for giving me a tour of some of the amazing 6-scale and quarter-scale figures here, Amy. So good to see you again.
Yeah.
And good luck with the rest of the show.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We're so glad to share in the fandom with you and give you a first look at so many of these pieces.